Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, The Real Value. Here we recap, review, rate, and evaluate all things real, all things watched. Over the past 6 months, I've been working on refining my ranking system to make it a little bit more solid, straightforward, simple, and thusly helpful to you, the viewer. So today, I'm excited to unveil my official Scaredy Cal, your horror pals, Real Value ranking system, along with an updated version of my Scaredy Cal Scale. So from this point forward, these two systems will replace the ones I used in my earlier videos. While I can't promise it won't evolve over time because, hey, things change, I focus on creating something more defined and meaningful. This version strikes a balance between simplicity and accurately reflecting the chaos that is in my head. So sit back, grab your popcorn, and let's dive into these improved ranking systems that'll guide all my reviews from here on out. And at the very bottom of the tier, we have Real Regrets. These are movies I deeply regret watching. They're poorly made, they're frustrating, and a total waste of time and money. Think bad acting, bad plot, bad everything. I wouldn't rewatch these if my life depended on it. If you value your sanity, avoid these at all costs. Second from the bottom, Real Rough. These are movies that are basically just one step above the Real Regret tier. They might have had a sliver of potential, but fell apart due to bad endings, overused tropes, a lack of proper execution. I probably finished watching them, but I wasn't happy about it. Definitely not worth rewatching. Third from the bottom is our Real Mid tier. So these are movies that are, meh, kind of vanilla, they're all right. They're the cinematic equivalent of, yeah, that was okay. Enjoyable enough to watch once, but completely forgettable. Good for killing time, but nothing I would necessarily seek out again to rewatch. The fourth tier, Real Good. These are solid, enjoyable films that I'm glad I watched. They might not be groundbreaking, but they're memorable and entertaining. I'd recommend them and might even rewatch them if I stumbled across them again. Think like flipping through channels, oh, such and such is on. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that. Our fifth tier, Real Great. So these are movies that are genuinely great. They excel in most areas, acting, pacing, soundtrack, effect, and they stand out as must-sees. I'll happily rewatch these multiple times, and they're films that I'd actively recommend to others. Our second from the top tier are the Real Rarities. So these are exceptional movies that I absolutely love. They're films that I'll seek out to rewatch again and again throughout my lifetime. They strike a perfect balance of creativity, execution, and impact, making them unforgettable experiences. You'd think that'd be it, right? But nah, I got 7 tiers, baby. That's right. This channel be diff. So at the very tippity top of my ranking list are the Real MVPs. So this is the tippity top of the tier. These movies are untouchable legends. They're classics or they're destined to be classics. They've made a lasting cultural, emotional, or personal impact on me. Think A Nightmare on Elm Street. It was inducted into the National Film Registry by the Congress of the United States for its cultural impact. Think The Exorcist. Think even Hereditary from 2018. I would put those in this category. These films go beyond greatness and sit comfortably in the pantheon of cinematic perfection, or as close to it as you can get. So once again, the 7 different places a movie can fall in my ranking system: Real Regrets, Real Rough, Real Mid, Real Good, Real Great, Real Rarities, and then the Real MVPs. Now, if you're familiar with the channel, you know I have a second rating system that just is about how scary a movie truly is. I mostly do sci-fi and horror on this channel. I'm not saying I won't branch out at some point, but for the moment, for the time being, they are my favorite genres. So I have this system called the Scaredy Cal system in place, which is a straightforward scale that rates how scary I think a movie is. While the difference between 0 and 5 is obvious, the middle numbers can be a little bit harder to distinguish. Since I'm not really scared by horror movies very much anymore, there aren't many films that earn a full 5 Scaredy Cals. But keep in mind, just because a movie gets only 1 or maybe even 0 Scaredy Cals doesn't mean it's a bad movie. It just means that I didn't find it scary at all. For example, Beetlejuice. That is a movie that technically is horror, but it's kind of horror comedy. And I didn't find scary at all, but I enjoyed it. And the old rating system, it was worth a watch. In this rating system, it would land in the real good tier. But just so you can get a glimpse into the Scaredy Cal scale, 0 Scaredy Cals, I mean, it wasn't scary at all. Nothing about this movie. So again, Beetlejuice. No tension, no atmosphere, just a complete lack of fear. That movie was fun. It was goofy. It was good. Or it just falls flat and isn't scary at all. One Scaredy Cal, it's scary in theory, so the movie might try to create an eerie atmosphere, but it doesn't manage to scare. It's spooky in concept, but doesn't actually deliver on the fear. Think about that movie that I rated called Afraid. It was supposed to be a serious horror movie, and it sets up this atmosphere of dread, but it's not scary at all. But I would give it 1 because in concept, it tries to build upon that. It tries to build itself as a legit horror movie. 2 Scaredy Cals is mildly creepy. It's still not scary overall, but there might be a few cheap jump scares that get a quick reaction. It attempts to set a tone, but it doesn't linger or leave much of an impact. Think Speak No Evil, the 2024 version. 3 Scaredy Cals, it's got some chills. There are moments that make me uneasy. While mostly relying on jump scares, there are a few parts that stand out as genuinely unsettling, even if they don't leave a lasting impression, or they might leave a lasting impression. Similar to like Nosferatu, the 2024 version. 4 Scaredy Cals, creepy and unsettling. This type of movie is creepy overall, with scary moments that might be psychologically unsettling or tiptoe into uncanny valley territory. It keeps me on edge, and some scenes stay with me for a while. Think Speak No Evil, the 2022 version. And then finally, we have 5 Scaredy Cals. It creeped me the fuck out. This movie's deeply unsettling. It didn't just scare me, it changed the way I think about horror and made me feel something beyond fear. The impact stays with me for a few days, lingering long after the credits roll, or it just has enough good scares in it that I feel it should be in this category. So we've briefly mentioned the movie, but think like Night Shift. When I first saw that several years ago now, it creeped me the fuck out. There also could be some movies that I rate 5 Scaredy Cals that have been grandfathered in. So I don't think A Nightmare on Elm Street is scary anymore. I watch those movies because I enjoy them and of course can anticipate every jump scare, any other kind of scare in those movies. But I would grandfather A Nightmare on Elm Street into having 5 Scaredy Cals. It's OG, baby. OG, Freddy. So there might be some movies that we talk about eventually that I give 5 stars to, but I'll make it clear, you know, I found it. I mean, I still have nightmares of Freddy and Jason a few times a year. It's crazy as an adult, but now I wake up mostly laughing, even though in the dream I was terrified. Okay, so those are my 2 ranking systems that I rate movies by. Again, a Scaredy Cal scale just ranks how scary I think the movie is, whereas the overall real value ranking system is about whether I think a movie is good and worth your time or not really. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you take a look at some of my videos below. If nothing else, please like, subscribe, share, and click that notification bell. This has been The Real Value. I'm Cal. See me next time, because I can't see you. Peace.